currently turning this Ford Transit into an urban stealth off-grid, go anywhere, sleep anywhere campervan. Now today I'm doing my cladding. I've already started, and the reason I've not made a video sooner is because we had some nutter out the front on one of those ride-on lawnmowers making an awful noise, and it would have been an awful video, the sound quality anyway. Right, yes, I've started my cladding. Now what I do, I start in the middle and work my way out towards the sides, and to get my centre line I simply just measure a point at the front and at the back, find a reference point and measure it across, and then find the centre line, and then lay one piece of slat right down the middle, and I just use this as a guide. Now I've already done this, and I've just put this back up just to show you what I do. So I use one slat, lay it straight down, and then I find my centre line by doing that. Then I start from there and work my way across. As you can see, I mean, I've only put a couple of pieces in. Now when I get to this part here, this slat along here needs a little cutout in it. Now I know you can buy all sorts of fancy tools to do this sort of work, but I haven't got any fancy tools, so I thought I'd show you how I cut this little tiny section out without having to cut right through the slat. Right, bear with me, I've just got to jump back down here. Oh. I'll tell you what, that step is probably the best thing I've ever brought out of IKEA. It saves my knees no end. Right, so to cut a little slot out the side, I simply mark it, as you can see there. Then I clamp a piece of spare wood down where I need to cut it, where I need to slot it. Simply use one of these clamps. I did have two of these, but I seem to be mislaying one, so I've used a G clamp on this side. And then I cut it with a normal saw, just a regular saw, straight down there and down there. You can see I've already cut it out. And then I use like a blade and run it along the edge. Just keep running it to and fro like that until eventually it goes right through and you get your bit that you needed cutting out. Simple as that. It just goes to show you don't need any flash power tools. Just imagine those guys that built that ceiling that I showed you back in Tenby in that cathedral. They didn't have power tools, they didn't have routers or anything like that. They just had basic hand tools. So I'm sure I can do that using just basic hand tools. And that's how I make the little cutout. I'll take this off the bench now and I'll put it up, and it'll all make sense. I'll show you what I've actually achieved with my little Stanley knife and a couple of clamps. Okay, so back in the van, now you can see exactly what it looks like. There you go, that lovely little slot just there. That's all I had to do was take this little slot out just to make the aperture big enough for the fan to fit through. Unfortunately it was just this little tiny overlay, and that's all I used to cut that slot out. Just use a Stanley knife, a piece of scrap wood and a couple of clamps. No fancy tools needed, no routers or anything like that. It's all done by hand. It's nice and simple. Just wanted to make that point, so because some people think they need all these flash tools and a big workshop. You don't really need all that. It's all doable. Everything can be done by hand. Just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of thinking. Just think it out and plan it out and use the tools that you've got to hand. Yeah, only took half hour. Right, next job is put another slat across here, one more, just straight across, no messing about. And then the next one after that, I need to make holes in, just small holes for the ceiling lights, the LED lights that are going to come down. I need to make one at the front, one at the back, because we're having 4 lights in the ceiling in this. So yeah, I want to crack on and get that done. Well, I've got to say, that weren't a bad day's work. Look at that, my ceiling's up. Oh, and in case you're wondering what this is for, this is my extra pair of hands. I put a bungee cord across, so when I'm putting the wood panelling up, this supports at one end whilst I work at the other. It's like, yeah, it's my extra pair of hands basically. I'll just put that across there and it suspends the cladding whilst I put it up. You may notice also the lights are working, which is a little added bonus. I didn't expect to get this far today, but I'll be honest with you, I've not stopped all day. I'm dirty, I'm hungry, and quite frankly, I'm knackered. I'm really tired. So I'm going to call it a day. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, do please consider subscribing to watch me finish the rest of this van off. Please leave a comment below, talk among yourselves. If you've got any questions, please do ask them. I'm more than happy to answer any questions to the best of my ability. I think that's about all I can say about that. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra for now.